Well, things are fairly quiet right now, at least in southeast Texas, but off to our east, there's some pretty strong thunderstorms that are redeveloped, and that's just south and southwest Lake Charles, right on the north end of Calcasieu Lake. Very heavy thunderstorm around Hackberry, and this is moving very slowly toward the northwest, may move up toward Vinton and Carlos in western parts of Calcasieu Parish in the next 30 minutes or so. But just a sign there's enough moisture available to generate more storms, and we expect more of this coming up tomorrow. Scattered activity in the forecast. Most of the storms today were in the morning. In fact, some of the heaviest rains fell down around Port Arthur at Lamar State College, right on the seawall. 2/3 of an inch of rain, basically, in 85 degrees. Winds are light, fairly light, out of the southeast this evening. And around the state, there have been other areas getting rain, but it's been pretty spotty this afternoon. Notice out over the Gulf of Mexico, still a lot of shower activity south of the Louisiana coastline. Surge of moisture working northwest. So we'll keep the coverage of rain at around 30% for tomorrow based on what we're seeing on the satellite view. Also some storms developing over the western portions of the state late this afternoon. You can see the showers coming on shore during the day, moving generally to the north and northwest. Now, as typical this time of evening, begin to taper off a little bit. And temperatures at least a little bit better in some areas. Dallas reached 106 over the weekend, only 96. I know that's hot, but that's a lot better. 95 in Waco, 100 in Del Rio. At the airport, with rain-cooled air off and on during the day, it's not been really that hot today. 88 at the airport now, 85 at Lufkin, 86 in Houston. Then out to Austin, San Antonio, readings are around 90, 91, which is rather typical for this time of year. Now, as we head toward the weekend, high pressure is really going to start to build over the southern plains, kind of anchored in just northeast of Dallas, and it kind of dominates the southern plains by the weekend. So as this really gets established, our rain chances are going to go down. In fact, by the weekend, little if any chance of rain by Saturday and Sunday. The good news as far as the heat, the real hot stuff will likely stay just to our north up toward Texarkana, Arkansas, and over into Oklahoma. Around the nation, thunderstorms very active this afternoon over Florida. Some areas have had 2 to 3 inches of rain today, especially around Orlando. Some heavy storms over portions of New England, and the usual scattered storms over the Rockies this afternoon. And the heat is just continuing to bear down on the plains. 104 in Kansas City right now. Chicago checking in for a high of 95. Only in the 90s, or at least around 90 in Washington, D.C. I say only because, of course, they've had a lot hotter readings than that this summer. The marine forecast look for seas around about 1 to 2 feet. Southerly winds tomorrow to 16 knots. Water temperature 86 degrees. Partly cloudy skies. In the lakes area forecast, you're looking for lows around 73. For the triangle is a small chance of a shower by daybreak at 10%. Look for lows in the mid-70s. And then tomorrow, some of those clouds will build up into thunderstorms in the afternoon in particular at 30% for the lakes. Highs reaching about 92. And for the triangle, also some scattered storms from the late morning into the afternoon. And we'll look for highs to hit about 91, 92 degrees, except upper 80s on the beach. The forecast heading into the weekend, as we talked about, high pressure will be building, so the rain chances drop beginning really Friday and then down to only 10% on Saturday. The good news, the heat really doesn't build too much. We have enough of a breeze off the Gulf to keep us from really getting hot this weekend.